Hey y'all, I'm Tom the DM, and I have this Rancor mini from that old Star Wars miniature game, and I've never used it for D&D, so come watch me make a Rancor pit from scratch out of my terrain. I think the coolest thing that separates terrain from regular drawn maps is the obvious reality that you can play with elevation. In a scenario like this, I thought it important to include some nooks and crannies that the player could climb on to actually get level with the Rancor. This little 25-second time-lapse took me almost an hour in reality, and you might be able to see some points where I was switching out tiles or rebuilding parts as I went. In my opinion, that's the best way to build. Just start placing things down and see what works and what doesn't. Of course it helps to have a vision going in. I made sure to study the Rancor pit from Star Wars beforehand, but I made some changes along the way that would fit better for combat. I think in terrain builds that are meant to replicate a natural landscape, ununiformity is key. Sometimes I get a little OCD about making sure everything matches and lines up, but that's not how nature works, and just throwing some scatter around randomly actually makes this cavern look a lot better in my opinion. On previous terrain videos, I usually put a guide up on my Patreon listing out all of the terrain that I used to make the map, but I'll tell you straight up that like 95% of the terrain in this map is from Dwarven Forge's Thor Mountains set. It's pretty expensive, but as you can see it comes with a lot of pieces and I've found so many ways to use them. Totally worth it in my opinion. I really love sitting down and building battle maps, whether I use them in a session or not, so if you have any specific layer or creature you want me to build a map for, let me know in the comments. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this Rancor Pit battle map, and I'll see you next time.